Hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. So today I'm going to do a pick a card reading, or a pick a pile reading, and I don't have them set up because I wanted to show you guys the process of how I do it, so you know how I get these piles, okay? I do want to start out by saying that you should not live your life by the tarot. It is you that creates your own destiny. I'm not trying to make you change your religion or change your mind about anything. It is you that makes your own decisions. And this is just, you can use this as a guide and, or you can use it to help you to, figure out, I don't want to deal with this anymore, or I don't want to, believe this, or I don't want to, do what they're saying, because you shouldn't really do anything that a tarot card reader is saying, because that's just making you not have your own mind, basically, you know? And so anyways, please subscribe, like, comment, and share on these videos. To my subscribers, welcome back, and to any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Okay, so the process I use to get through this is I have these pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle another time just to show you the process. Also, before I get started, I always light Palo Santo, and I bless the cards, I bless the table, I bless the room, and I bless myself. I light candles to bring in positive energy, and of course I always have some sort of incense burning, okay? So this is how I'll get started. I have this cup of stones. What I do is I ask the question. Oh, I didn't even say the question, so you're going to hear it now, but I ask, who is coming towards me? 1. Who is coming towards me? 2. Who is coming towards me? 3. Okay, so that's our starting base right there. Then I'll go ahead and I'll grab a deck of cards here. And I'll ask over and over again each time I shuffle, who's coming towards me? Okay, I've already shuffled these, so this is the final shuffle. Once I get to that final shuffle, I'll say 1, 2, and 3. Checking the deck to make sure they're not upside down, and they were, so I'm glad I did that. Okay, it doesn't matter if I look at the bottom because I'm pulling from the top anyways. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. These cards are done. Then I go to the next pile. Who's coming towards me? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next pile. Who's coming towards me? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And the final pile. Who's coming towards me? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I've already pre-shuffled the oracle cards that I will do at the end, but that's basically how I do it. And then once I get these cards together, kind of line them up nicely for you guys, put the stones on top, and then before I do get started, I do one final thing. I always burn a cone to show respect for spirit and my spirit guides. This is a myrrh cone, and I also have frankincense incense burning. So I show respect by burning this cone So when we get started, kind of calls them in, okay? And that's basically it. Then I give you guys my spiel, and then we move forward. Okay, so like I said, you don't have to live your life by the tarot. It's you that creates your destiny. All right, I happen to like the tarot. I enjoy listening to readers and readings. Not too into the readers who laugh at you when you're hurting. Okay, that's not very nice or compassionate, but what can you do? People are people, and they're going to laugh at you and make you feel bad regardless of how you're feeling. I myself, though, I do not try to laugh at people, because one day these things could happen to me. Why am I laughing, right? Anyways, I just felt like I needed to get that off my chest. So if you need more time to choose, because we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and the question was, who was coming towards me? Of course, you heard that a bunch of times already. And I'm just going to get started with pile number 1. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video and you can choose which pile resonates best with you. All right. Okie doke, so this is for those of you who chose pile number 1. Let's go ahead and find out who's coming towards me. Okay, we have the otter. All right. And the otter signifies playfulness and sufficiency. Okay, so somebody's feeling really playful right now. They're realizing that whatever they're doing possibly isn't very sufficient, so they're trying to make their life a little bit more sufficient, doing things that they should be doing and not thinking about negativity and all that and such, right? Okay, so let's find out what's going on here. First, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, Temperance, the Empress, King of Wands, King of Swords, Ace of Wands, wow, and the Hermit, right below the Hermit. Okay, so let me see, we have 2 major arcanas, and they're both the Hermit, so somebody is basically, going within, right? They're soul searching. They're doing a lot of introspection, trying to get that inner guidance they need to move forward. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. We have the Ten of Pentacles, right? And the Ten of Pentacles is happy family, stability, groundedness, balance. Okay, so somebody could be in a situation, but they're not too happy. They're not too happy in this situation because they're up at night, they're crying, they're thinking about what they've done. They're thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done? Am I going to be happy like this the rest of my life? And such, right? And somebody is, trying to work on their pentacles, trying to start something new for themselves, or trying to tuck away a little money. Okay. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and this is what this Page of Pentacles is trying to do. The message has come in, financial security. So maybe this person has gotten a new job. Okay, maybe they're switching jobs, quitting the old one, or getting into a new one, and it's just starting, right? And then they'll be able to build that financial security that they're wanting. Okay, so it seems that the Ten of Pentacles is on its way, right, with hard work or with this new job. And we also have the Ace of Oysters here, all right, and that's a new financial beginning. So yes, somebody's probably getting a job here. They're starting out new, and it could also be that they were offered this job of stability and now they're actually just thinking about it. Okay, so that's what I see here. Actually, somebody's being offered some sort of job, right? They know that it will help them build financial security, right? But they're kind of thinking about it because they're not sure if this is actually the job they want. Okay, so somebody's being very patient in this situation. They're tempering the situation. They're trying to see if, will this job give me balance? Is there a purpose to this job, or am I just going to be one of those robots working 9 to 5 all the time and get up for work, go to work, come home, deal with family, go to bed? You know, what kind of life is that? You know, I mean, it can be a good, fulfilling life for a lot of people. But sometimes people want more, you know, they want a little more excitement in their life. And this person is possibly married, okay? You could be the Empress or somebody else, or it could be the Empress in your life, right? And I do see the King of Wands looking back at the Empress. So this Empress could actually not be in your life, you know, also as another scenario, right? And the King of Wands might be wanting to get a new job and build this financial security and everything, but they're looking back at the Empress wondering, you know, am I gonna do this to get us back together? Am I gonna do this to find a new Empress? Or something like that, you know? And of course, the energies could be exchanged between male and female, right? Remember that. Then we also have the King of Swords. And the King of Wands and the King of Swords are not facing each other, all right? So there could be two kings here because they're in two separate um, portions, if you will, right? So you could be having two kings in your environment, and you could actually be holding the energy of the Empress. And one is looking at you, and one is looking away from you. And the one that's looking away, the King of Swords, the King of Swords is very intelligent, right? He thinks things out before he moves forward because he wants to make sure he's making the right choices. The King of Swords is also a sort of like a militant kind of guy, telling directions, you know, telling the employees what to do, how to do it, you know, the one in charge. So this person can also be sort of a controlling person. Okay, so we have one passionate person and we have somebody who might be a little bit controlling in the environment. The King of Swords does want a passionate new beginning, though. All right. But he's going to be the hermit too, because he wants to look within and make sure that he's making the right choice. Okay, because like I said, the King of Swords is somebody who gives things a lot of thought. And if he does want a passionate new beginning, possibly he's trying to go within to find himself, to find balance, moderation, and purpose in his life. So I'm thinking that the King of Swords, you know, may be a controlling person, but maybe they're going to look within to try and heal their attributes, heal themselves, fix themselves. Maybe this person doesn't want to be so controlling anymore, wants to know that, or wants to feel as if he can be a fair person, you know. So maybe I'm having this feeling that this person is wanting to go within to, you know, do a little bit more healing, and that's good, you know. Now we do have the King of Wands here, and the King of Wands is a very passionate king. And, you know, he could have been tempering with the Empress. He could actually be involved with the Empress, right? But he's looking back at her, and he's real passionate. So it might be that this King of Wands only pretty much has passion for this Empress, you know, and he could be, you know, a good father, husband, whatever. But you know, I'm not sure here. Let's see. Temperance. Seems that he's been tempering with this Empress, right? Maybe he's having an issue with balance with this person. Hmm. One foot in the water and one foot out of the water. So perhaps he's contemplating on this situation. Or you could be the Empress holding this energy, and you could also be the one crying at night because the King of Wands is not with you that often, or has probably might have moved away for a job. Okay, so it might have um, you know, interfered with the family finances because, you know, the finances are not right there at arm's reach. The person is away, most likely might have to send in money or something like that to the family. But it does seem like the Empress is up at night and feeling not so good without her king. And, you know, the King of Wands can be a monogamous king, but for some reason, this Empress and this Nine of Swords energy is worried because possibly in the past when the king was a knight, he was very in and out. He was very philanderous. And perhaps she's worried about that because she's not sure if he has actually reached the king status where he is, where he is being faithful. Because remember, the otter is playfulness and efficiency. All right, and perhaps, this Empress is thinking about that, whether or not he has changed. All right, because she is all the qualities of the queens. But the King of Wands is just a King of Wands, and the King of Swords just a King of Swords. All right? So, if this sounds like your story, kind of, then I'll go ahead and see you guys at the end, and we'll see what the universe has to say about this spread right here, okay? So I'm going to go to pile number 2. Okay, so here's pile number 2. Let's find out what's going on with who's coming towards me. Okay, so we have the Deer. All right, and the Deer is sensitivity and peace. So you could be a sensitive person just wanting peace, no more fighting, no more arguing, whatever it is in your life. You want peace there, okay? Let's find out what's going on. Okay. So we have, whoops, and I just did that. I just turned them upside down. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so we have the World. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. We have Judgment. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Who's coming towards me, huh? Well, let's think about what's going on here first and see what the situation is. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 major arcana, right? We have the World, Judgment, and Wheel of Fortune. So somebody here could be actually in a relationship, somebody they have given their emotions to, somebody who they thought was actually their world, right? This is going to be the one. I love them. We're going to move forward. We're going to be happy, right? But then we have the Three of Swords. So perhaps you might have wanted to settle down with this person. You thought this was the one. This is the person you're going to have your future with. And then boom, Three of Swords. Third-party interference. This card is never good. But this third-party interference, it could be family members, it could be friends, or it could be another romantic relationship, right? So there's 3 options there that we can go by, okay? So we also have the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Flamingos, okay? And the Nine of Flamingos is like, somebody just in their head, they can't sleep. They don't know why this is happening to them, okay? They've decided they wanted to be this good husband or wife, and then boom, we have this Three of Swords energy. They thought they found or made the right choice, and now they're like, oh my God, what have I done, right? So now this person has to make a judgment. A judgment is definitely being made. Now, this could be you going to court with the person that you shared your emotions with, because there's things involved. There's maybe home, children, or, it's not working out. You don't like this Three of Swords energy. You don't want to be in that anymore, right? So a judgment is being made, and perhaps you're taking up this judgment in court, and you're wanting to take a ride on the Wheel of Fortune. You're wanting to move forward, but right now, or at this present time, it's kind of hard. Okay, because you're just going through stuff, and that's understandable, I mean, if you're going through some kind of divorce or, something like that, of course it's going to take time. You can't do it in one day. So what happened here was somebody got some news about this person, and they got the news about juggling. Really, the person that they shared their emotion with was juggling with someone else, and you're like, you know what, I don't see this in my future anymore. This is not the one. I got that news of juggling, and perhaps you're going through a humiliation stage right now, because if somebody's telling you this and then you're finding out it's true, it's like it sucks, because if one person's telling you, how many other people know, right? So now you're looking out into your future thinking, this is not for me. I see someone else in my future and I made a wrong choice, and now I'm going to try to figure out how I can fix this. Okay, because you're in your head about this and worried, like, gosh, man, I thought this was my 10 of cups, but it's not. My 10 of cups lies elsewhere. So perhaps in the past you were the one with the 3 of swords energy, and you might have had a lot of options, and then you made that one choice and then it was not the correct choice. So you could have a few issues with your intuition or your gut feelings, or maybe just too many people involved telling you what to do or telling you how it should be or what's the best choice. But those people and those outside sources are not the best choice to go to for opinions. You should always look within, and always come up with your own solutions. Okay? Because there's so many people out there that are just not, you know, here for, your good interest, right? They might be telling you wrong things because they know it's wrong, or they might not like the person that you like and say, oh no, that person's not good, they're evil. And that person could be just sitting doing nothing and being their own self and being a nice person, yet they're going to blow these, your nice person up to make them look bad because they don't want you with that person. Or they might gear you in another direction because, oh, this person's so beautiful. Yeah, you got to go for that. She's beautiful. She's this, she's that. But, you know what they say, in Christmas time, you can get all these beautiful presents, right? And then you look at one gift and you're like, wow, that one has some spectacular wrapping on it. I'm going to open that one first. You open it, and what do you find inside? A pair of socks. Okay, so it could be that kind of situation. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So now, you're thinking, what have I done? Now you can't sleep at night. You're going through all this hassle in your life. And why? Possibly because you let people interfere with your judgment, okay? And so now you're thinking, okay, I know where my 10 of cups is, and I want to move forward, but I just can't right now because I'm going through this big old process of separating myself from this person and, dealing with the other things involved. So next we have this 3 of Wands. So basically, like I said, what you're doing is you're waiting on a judgment from the situation. You're waiting for possibly what the judge says, the decision of the case, whatever. But you're waiting for this to end, okay, so you can have a new beginning elsewhere with someone else on the Wheel of Fortune. And you are knowing, though, because you've been through all of this, you are knowing that you're going to have to come in with the truth. And there's 2 outcomes here, okay? There's 2 outcomes. One of them is you come in with the truth and you be completely honest with this person that you want to come towards, okay? So this is somebody coming towards you or you coming towards them, okay? So you're going to want to tell the truth because you don't want to start any relationships on a bad foot, on lies and deceit. You want to start everything fresh, brand new, and honest. And that's very good if that's what you want to do. Or you're going to come in and tell the truth, and that sword is going to be used to sever the relationship. So this is possibly why you're all up in your head worried about things also. How you're going to come in with this message about somebody juggling and, your future, your dreams crashing down, But, time passes and people move on. And if you come with sincerity and you say, to this person, look, I'm sorry about what happened. You apologize, this and that happened. I realize what happened and my wrongs and this, that, and the other. Well, if the person gets all pissed off at you and is just like, I can't believe you, blah, 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 and they turn and they walk away, just let them, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's over. It could mean that that person just needs a second to breathe. You know, let them go and become calm so they can talk to you in a rational way. Because whatever you're coming with or whatever's coming to you might be very hurtful. So if you can, before you walk away, say, look, I can't deal with all this right now. You need to give me some time. Or if the person comes to you, give them some time. You know, on top of that, if the person is coming to you with truth or you are going to them with truth, you know, don't interrupt. Just keep the flow of the conversation going. If the person keeps interrupting you, say, look, I'm trying to talk to you here. Can you please not interrupt me and let me finish? I'm sure that person will understand and they'll zip it for a minute for you, right? Or if they're talking to you and you want to just but, you know, just wait. Let the person speak. Give them their turn, okay? And yours will come next. Let them speak, especially if they're opening up to you, okay? So, you know, just be patient, just be calm, all right? Whether you have to go to somebody or they have to go to you, being calm when discussing things is very important because you'll never be able to get your point across if you're all angry and outburst and you know what I mean? You don't want to you don't want to be like that. So just give it a minute, let them talk, let them share their piece, let them apologize, let them explain. And if you start feeling your blood boil or whatever it is, tell them, look, I need to step away for a minute. I need to gather my thoughts. I need to think about this because I'm bothered. I'm hurt. And I need a minute, you know? But tell them I'll be back to speak to you about this, okay, in a calm, rational manner. And, you know, hopefully you guys can split for the moment or maybe give it a day or two even. And then, you know, recontact them and try to get back together and speak about this issue. All right, so that's pile number 2. So if that's resonating with you or whatever or not, doesn't matter because like I said, you create your own destiny. I'll see you at the end anyways, and we're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3, okay? Okay, so here is pile number 3. For those of you who chose pile number 3, and the question is who is coming towards me? Let's go ahead and find out. Okay, so we have the coyote, right? And the coyote represents humor and adaptability. Okay, humor and adaptability. Had to think for a second there. So, you know, somebody might be coming into you who's very humorous. Somebody who's very adaptable to all situations. So be careful because this person might be trying to, you know, for example, this just came to mind, okay? In order for people to be good communicators, right, they have to adapt to their environment, right? For example, if you're speaking to a child, you're not going to speak to them in scientific, you know, terms or somebody of higher. You're going to kind of, you know, make it a little softer so you can explain things a little better. So this person may be a master at controlling their speech and situations, right? They could be somebody who might come in humorous and happy and, hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. And, you know, this person could have been like, you know, you could want to like strangle them, but don't, you know, hold yourself back and be like, okay, let me hear what this fool has to say. So this person could be like that when coming in. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be sneaky or conniving or anything. That's maybe just how they approach people. They try and lighten up the feeling or the mood that might be there, okay? So that's what we have for the coyote, okay? Let's move forward and find out what's going on here. All right, we have the star. We have death, 7 of swords, the magician, 7 of wands, 10 of wands. Oh, did you guys not see that I took 4 cards, or 3 cards? Remember I showed you how I did it? Well, we got 1 extra of these cards. So let me, do you see how that happens? You see how the divine works? They pretty much, I counted 3. You guys saw me count 3. I'm glad that I used this example today to show you guys how I do it, but that's what happened. So we have the 7 of Swords. Oh, that was a Strength card too, by the way. That was the extra card, or it could have been the Magician or the Strength card. I'm not sure. We have the Sun. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 7 of Swords. And we have the 4 of Wands. All right, so for those of you who chose pile number 3, you get that extra card from the Divine. So let's see. This one ended up in the middle, and I think that's where it should be, actually. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana here, okay? And one of them is a mystery card that just happened to be in with the pile, So let's start from the beginning, okay? We have the Star card, and somebody is having hope over a situation because that's what the star represents, right? But whether it is up or down, reversal or upright, the star could represent hope and faith and purpose and all these, I hope this is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I have faith. But whether it's upside down or not, it still can stand for loss, theft, or abandonment. That is something that a lot of tarot readers don't tell you. So, they could go through the reading with all this hope, but then low-key, there's some loss, theft, and abandonment, and you're like, well, shoot, this person told me, that's what I'm telling you, don't live your life by the tarot, because a lot of readers are not being honest, forthright, or truthful about some of these cards. They try to give false hope, and I wish I could try to boost everything up, but that's not life. That's not reality. All right? Reality has its ups and downs, and we have to deal with them. And you know what? Even though things are down, that's good, because that is a lesson from the universe, hoping that you'll learn from this lesson, right? To help you and to guide you to move forward. So be appreciative of all these bad things that happen to you equally as the good things that happen to you. And it also seems that a lot of us, we focus so much on the bad things that we can't even snap out of it and realize that, hey, maybe that was a good thing that happened because now I know not to do this again, right? All right, so let's move on. So we have the Star card, right? And then we have the Death card here. So somebody is possibly hoping to end a situation because possibly there was some loss, theft, and abandonment, right? See, that's what I'm saying here. That's what I'm saying this here. And what I see here is the 7 of Swords, and that's somebody being sneaky, deception, and that looks like a guy stealing something, or a girl, a guy, I don't know. Like, you can't really see, but somebody's wanting to get out of a situation because somebody has been stolen from. This could be you. This could be the other person, another person. So somebody is probably or most likely going through something right now, going through some difficult times. All right, so keep that in mind if that's you or the other person. I just saw 3333, you guys. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, while all this is happening, somebody is trying to manifest something, right? They're trying to manifest something because of this this loss and this theft and this just bad situation. Somebody's trying to manifest something new. But what's happening is possibly this person who's trying to manifest something is going to people and telling them about it, right? And with this 7 of Wands here, that's indicating that there's some competition here. There's some arguing and fighting, so perhaps whatever this person is telling others, they're saying, no, not that person, or no, don't do that, or not that job, or whatever the situation, right? They're fighting with this magician against moving forward to what they want. And, like I say before, you don't need to discuss all your personal feelings and how you feel with everyone because not everyone is there for the benefit of you. Nowadays, everybody's in it for themselves. Whatever they can gain, whatever they can have, they get a rise out of bringing people down because they're not happy and they don't want to see anyone else happy, right? So this person has been possibly trying to manifest something, possibly going to others and trying to discuss this with others, and it's just causing, arguments and fights. And they found that, possibly that going to these people or trying to open up has pretty much caused a burden in their life. Maybe they're going to start to realize that this is a burden to go to others to get opinions, and they might have the strength to start to follow their own intuition, follow their own heart. Because it's just too much of a burden. Every time they go to somebody and mention this job or this one person's name, it's like, whoa, defensiveness city, right? And they're finding that to be a burden. They're not seeming to find a person that's on their side, right? Perhaps this person needs to let go of what doesn't serve them, which could be a number of people, a number of situations. And maybe they're starting to have the strength to get through this, right? And check this out. We have the Seven of Swords again here. So somebody is hoping to end this deception. All right. They could still be in this situation, discussing these things with others, or even discussing the deception with others. And you could be the King of Swords that puts an end to this, or the King of Swords could be putting an end of this with you. Right? But I think it's you, because you might be holding this King of Swords energy because you want an end to this situation. You're going to fight until the death to get out of it. Because whoever you thought of as your son, the person you love, the person that you thought was going to be your life of everything, has pretty much deceived you, stolen from you, lied to you, right? You thought this was going to be a fun and positive and successful relationship. You felt vitality when you got with this person, but it was all a facade. It was all fake. And this person is just definitely trying to get what they can from you. Now we have the Seven of Cups here, and the Seven of Cups is underneath the Seven of Swords. So these people who you're talking to about this person, about the person that you possibly want to be with, they're telling you lies. Because the Seven of Cups is a card of many options, many choices, and it also could be many fantasies, right? So whoever you're talking to about whatever you want, they're feeding you with lies and deception. They're not telling you the truth because they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you move forward with this new job or this new person. Okay. I also see the Seven of Swords here. And the Seven of Swords is, once again, deception, theft, loss, fraud. So possibly you're finding, like, you know what, I can't handle this anymore. People are telling me possibly to stay with who I'm with and not move forward, but they don't realize, to me it's a burden, because this person is just straight stealing from me. They're straight deceiving me. I'm surprised that the Tower card is not here. But you better believe that if you don't learn from this and you don't figure things out, the Tower card will come. It will totally come, and it will come crashing down, and it will rock your world. So unless you want to get out of this before that Tower card comes, I suggest you start thinking for yourself and doing things on your own, because what's coming towards you in the future is deception. If you stay in this situation, it's going to be some great deception, right? And yes, this has to do with the marriage you're in right now. If you're in a marriage or in a relationship right now, this person is just going to keep deceiving you, lying to you, stealing from you, and others are going to try to make you stay because, oh, it's the right thing to do. Well, sure, it can be the right thing to do if the person's not hurting you, stealing from you, or deceiving you. Of course it's the right thing to do. But since they are doing all this, it's not the right thing to do. You could be a very hard worker, working hard for your money, and this person could be stealing from you. Okay, so watch out here. Watch out, right? Because whoever chose this pile, you're in store for a lot of loss, theft, fraud, deception. You're in for it because you have it in 4 different parts of your life. Yeah, you want this to come to an end, but you're not doing anything because it keeps on happening. Okay, I get this. I get this. Okay, this is what's going on. Okay, I know this one's taking a little bit long, but something just came to me. What this is cycles, right? Cycles. You were in a relationship. That person ended up stealing from you, deceiving you, right? You manifested a new relationship. That person ended up, or actually, people around you said, yes, this is the way to go. Even though it's a burden, you're going to jump on it, right? But then we have, again, the 7 of Swords, and that person ends up stealing from you too, this person who you thought was your sunshine, right? And then so you're like, damn, so you're going to get out of that relationship and you're going to jump into another one that people are going to tell you that's the one to go through, and that person's going to deceive you too. You're going to marry them and that person's going to deceive you too. So these are cycles that you are repeating. Why? Because you keep going to people, asking their opinions. Your ego is really blown up. They're saying, oh, go for this person. That person's great. Oh, it didn't work. So they say, oh, go for this person. You're following too many people's opinions. Everybody's opinion is very valuable to you, and you want to do what makes you look good, right? But why should you care what other people think? Because look what it's doing to you. Don't you see? You're going in circles and circles and circles and cycles. And these cycles are going to just keep coming at you until you finally decide what you want on your own. Okay? That's what's happening here. If you chose pile number 3, I think it's time to learn a lesson. It's time, because you're just going to keep being deceived, lied, cheated on, stolen from, deception all around, unless you decide to start thinking for yourself. You shouldn't have to be strong in all these situations. Relationships and love and happiness shouldn't take so much energy or strength out of you. It should be very easygoing and flowing. So if this is your pile, we'll see you at the end. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the end. Okay, so we made it here to the end, and basically, you guys know how I do the oracle cards. I do a shuffle on the camera so you guys can always see that there's no willy-nilly going on here. I've already showed you how I do the piles, and it seems like we had a lot of really good messages here today. So right now we're going to go ahead and ask the universe, God, angels, ancestors, spirit, whoever it is you pray to, whoever you believe in, what kind of information, or how do they feel about this situation in regards to who's coming towards me. And this is our advice for those of you for each pile. Okay, so whatever I put out, it's for all the piles. Okay, so we're going to find out now. And we are going to see what flies out, right? And these are messages from the universe. What does the universe, what kind of message does the universe have for the viewer, regardless of the pile that they chose? What kind of message does the universe have for the viewer? Okay, there's one. What kind of message does the universe have for the viewer? And that's for all the piles. What kind of message? Well, that one seems to want to come out. What kind of message does the universe have for the viewer? What kind of message does the universe... That one wants to come out too. What kind of message does the universe have? Whoa. Let's see if we can get one more card. One more card. What kind of message does the universe have for the viewer? Let me get one more card. All right, there it is. So I'm just going to put those aside. And this is going to be our message from the universe. And this is the chakra or wisdom oracle. Okay, let's find out. Insecurity, facade, renewal, bittersweet. You know, is this not, you know, this really does happen to do with, sorry you guys, I'm stretching because it's early morning. This really does have to do with these situations right here, okay? First of all, whoever's involved here is very insecure. They're very insecure. They guard their heart because they've been hurt so many times. You know, we all have. We all have. We've all been through that shit. Brokenhearted, trying to get over things, and most of the time we don't even talk to anybody about it because we're a little embarrassed about it. I'm not. I straight have been dragged through the mud, crying night and day for somebody who didn't care for me. You know, but it happens. You should never be ashamed that you've been hurt. Because if somebody acts like, oh, I've never been hurt, they're just straight lying. We've all been hurt some way or another. So the person involved here is very insecure. They don't really share their feelings. They don't want people to think that they're hurting, that they're hurt. And that's a big old facade. They might be acting too like, I'm okay, who cares, I'll just move on to the next one. But that's such a bad thing to do, because when you move from something to the next and you haven't healed your heart yet from whatever it is, you're just bringing that baggage into the new relationship. And basically what that new relationship is like, it's a boundary relationship or a boundary job, jumping into something you don't really like. But you're doing it because you don't want to be alone, or you don't want to be without. Right? And this could be stemming from childhood issues, all right? So perhaps, you know, your parent left you with people or something, right? And you latched onto that person hoping that that person was going to watch you and be good to you, and possibly they weren't. Possibly your own parent wasn't very good to you, right? So whoever you got left with, you try to latch onto that person, just realizing that all these people are hurting you. Just know, though, you will heal yourself. You will realize this stuff. It'll start to come into you like an epiphany from outer space. You know, you might see something in your dream, or you might just be chilling somewhere, trying to relax, trying to get some peace on your own, and all of a sudden, boom, some thought comes to mind, and you're going to go, oh my God, is that what's happening here? Now I know why I feel this way, or now I know why I keep getting into these relationships. Something's going to come, and you are going to be renewed. It's going to be like a brand new day for you. You're going to be like, oh, holy shit, now I know. Now I know. And you're going to have that sense of renewal and happiness, and the flowers are going to start to bloom, and you are going to just come into this new mindset. Because look at this person here. This person, you could even get some sort of divine information that inspires you to understand your own life. Okay? And, you know, sure, these relationships have possibly been like bittersweet, you know, but you know what? That's what you needed to move forward. All right? Let me see if I can see a little bit of information from these cards real quick. I think I basically got it. Where's that insecurity card? All right. Demon Red Rainbow. The greatest adversary is the one living inside me. So like I said before, right? Your heart, that's like your other brain. Did you know that the heart has more electricity or energy coming out of it than the brain? This is why when we get hurt, we're so deep in our feelings, because it's the heart that that should be leading us, not the brain. Especially when it comes to emotions. Let's see what the facade is, okay? I think I told this to somebody yesterday too, and they're like, oh, kind of, I just tell people these things as like an opinion, or what I think, or whatever. But the heart thing and the brain thing, I did actually see something about that. That's an actual scientific fact. Or, well, not everything is fact. They could find something out later, but at this present time, there's more energy that comes out of the heart than the brain. So, yeah, chill out, right? Okay, this isn't who I am. So, obviously, you're somebody who's guarding your heart. You're not showing that, this big, tough, confident person. You got out of a relationship because it was all screwy. You get into another one, so you're trying to show people that, it's okay, I didn't need that anyways. But you need to heal first before you jump into something new, because you're just going to repeat those cycles. If you want to find something good and lasting, a lifelong partner, lifelong job, whatever it is, you need to heal from the first part. You can't just keep jumping around like willy-nilly, right? You gotta heal first. And I think you might be starting to realize that, and you're going to start doing, renewal. This is another beginning, right? But what kind of beginning are you going to choose? Are you going to jump into something quick? Or are you going to try to heal yourself and make sure that whatever the next relationship or job or whatever that you're going to, get into, make sure that you give it a lot of thought. Start loving yourself. Set boundaries for yourself. Maybe the new relationship you get in for the time being is to love yourself. Find yourself to love. Once you master yourself, then you'll be able to understand others. Communication will be easier. Setting your boundaries will be easier. So many things will be easier for you, right? Bittersweet. A window is opened and a window is opened and a door gently closes. Okay, so basically, what that card is saying, okay, so something happened, you were hurt, and it was time for that door to close, right? But there is a window that's peeping open, right? Perhaps you know what direction you want to go in, but you don't want to quite go there and open that window all the way, or, or anything like that, because maybe you do realize that there is healing in order here. All right, healing is definitely in order. So make sure that, even though that's windows open, you can take a little sniff of the fresh air out there, but don't open it all the way, because you move too fast, you do things too quick, and what's going to happen? Boom, another cycle. And you're going to be, like, damn, why does this keep happening to me? So what you need to do is heal yourself. Heal yourself, love yourself, master yourself. Master those feelings, right? Master your heart between your head, okay? Because remember what I said. The heart is very powerful. It's very powerful. It is the most powerful trait or organ that we have. Without the heart, you cannot live, right? Somebody can be brain dead, but still live. The heart will still beat and move on. You understand? Now, you get that now? Yeah. If you are brain dead, like you go into a coma or you have a serious brain injury, you're still going to live as long as that heart is beating. That should be right there, like an indication for you to understand how strong the heart really is. And that's a scientific fact. I was a nursing school student for 1 year. I learned a lot of stuff during that time. It wasn't for me because I was very sad about watching people pass away. I couldn't get a grasp on the life and death thing because I was Mrs. Scientific and all that. But now, I'm different. I dropped out of the nursing. That's not something I want to see every day. I don't want to become a hardened person, because a lot of times that's what nurses become. They become hardened because they have to deal with death all the time. And, they become hardened. They forget about people's feelings because they've forgotten about their own. Some of them, not all of them. So basically, what has to happen here, some healing needs to happen, healing with your heart. Okay, your heart being that strongest organ you have, you need to learn to master that heart. And I guarantee you, once you do, things will be so much easier for you to deal with. I just saw 5500. Okay, that's the timer, but I do see there is time for change. It's time for a change for you. And I think that you are starting to realize that, and you are, going to start delving deep into your own emotions and into your own heart. Okay? Do not ask emotional things to other people. People want you to keep your heart guarded, hidden, and hurting. The three H's, right? Hardened, hidden, and hurting. People want you to be in that mindset or in that feeling because that's how they feel. And it's a shame. I just saw 5544, you guys. All these numbers I say to you is, just a sign to look them up. 5544 was said when I said hardened, hurting, and what was the other one? Hidden. I don't know. Hidden, hardened, hurting. I forgot already, See how quickly I remember these things. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some stars out. Let's see what other messages we get from the universe here. What kind of sentence I could come out with these words, because they all just come so quickly. Okay. I got this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. All right. So this is what happened here. You are a cheery person, right? And you will be prepared for whatever comes your way. You just have to make that choice to think for yourself. And if you're honest and kind, things will come to you. That is a straight sentence I got from the universe, okay? Out of 5 words, all right? This is why, this is the Star Word Oracle, and this is my creation, and all the words that I've chosen have been actually divinely guided for me to choose. And you can use these in so many different ways. And I'm so happy I came up with these. And I will let you guys know how you can purchase them. This is why I'm so tired every day and yawning all the time. It's because I'm working feverishly on these things that I can provide to you, because I have been divinely guided to make these things. And it's like, I don't even know what, well, I know where they came from. It's like they all came from, like, I woke up one day and was like, boom, idea. And then I start out and I do the thinking thing, like, what do I do? How do I put this into action? Well, what happens here is it takes a lot of time and dedication, just like relationships. It takes a lot of hard work. And the way I thought about this was, I wanted to make these products because I want to make these products so everybody can afford them, basically. Because a lot of readers out there, oh, I've come up with a new tarot card deck. How much does it cost? Oh, $150, or $55 or $75. And it's like, whoa, that's really expensive. But you know what? To be quite honest, some of them, they got to do it like that. You know why? Because they're paying for shipping and handling. They're paying for another company to do it. And I thought, well, how can I do it at a more inexpensive way for people so they can afford it? All right? Because these prices are outrageous sometimes. So I thought, well, why don't I make them myself? So what I did is I bought all this equipment, right, you guys? And this is coming from my own pocket, all right? I'm not the big money-making tarot reader, I'm not getting a lot of readings, but I'm providing free readings because I care about you guys, and I don't think it's fair that people hoard information. It's not very nice. And I just want to do the best I can for everyone I can, because everybody deserves healing, and they shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg to get it. All right? And the oracles that this one so far that I've created has just been fantastic. It's like, I can't believe how it came out. So I'm going through making those. You can get them, actually, if you're in Saint Joseph. There will be some that will be for sale at the Mystical Light esoteric shop. Also from 2 to 4, there is a soul tribe meeting. One of them will be given away in a raffle. So if you are in St. Joseph, Missouri, hey, you know, look up Mystical Light and you can go there and you can find these there. But otherwise, I'll let you know when you can purchase them. These are all made with love by me, and they're all divinely guided, okay? I didn't just pull this out of my butt. These actually came to me in dreams. The ideas came. It's just how to create them was difficult because, you know, like I said, I'm taking this from my own savings and my own money, and you know, that's the only way I can provide it to you at a really good price instead of like 50 and 60 bucks. You know, I can provide it for like $10, $20 here and there, you know, because I'm not trying to kill anybody out there in finances, okay? So, thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for watching the process I use, how to do this, so hopefully y'all know, like, I'm not just throwing cards out there or whatever. I just wanted you guys to know how I do it. Hopefully you got a message from today's reading. I'm sending you guys a lot of light energy, a lot of love energy, a lot of strength energy so you can move forward in your life, because I do believe that, you know, we all do need a little help sometimes, and I'm a person that wants to help you guys. All right. So my name is Mona. This is Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll see you guys next time. And I just saw 1111. All right. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.